Let's talk about the footy. Magic round is done and dusted, and it's the words no coach ever wants to hear, MG. The board is meeting today. That is the Bulldogs board to talk about Trent Barrett.
Yes, and unfortunately for Trent, it doesn't look good. Obviously, that capitulation against the Newcastle Knights, who are on a 7-game losing streak. Back on Friday, they got beat 16-6. They haven't really improved the last season, and we all thought they would have after the calibre of player that went there. But they just seem to be a ship without a rudder at the moment, the Doggies. And I think unfortunately for Trent, he's a dead man walking. I think that the board will meet today, and they'll say that he's no longer a Bulldog.
I love Trent. I just think he's the nicest bloke. And what would he be feeling at the moment, MG? Because it's your job. It's how you put food on the table.
And it's so public as well.
Yeah, of course. And you know what? I don't like seeing it. I don't think anyone likes seeing it. But at the moment, the Bulldogs fans have had enough, I think. They want more. And you've got to listen to your fans. I think they put up a post-game, and within 30 seconds, they had 1.5 thousand comments on their social media. So the Doggies fans have had enough, and they want results. So I don't know who will be. I don't know who would be the caretaker coach. Maybe Phil Gould might step in and do that. I sent him a text last night to see if he wanted to come on the show this morning, but obviously he's got other things on his mind today.
No, radio silence.
Would have
Okay.
been that ding, and he would have gone, oh, bloody hell.
It's
He's
MG.
like, I love MG. I don't know what to say back.
Two teams that have been humming along, MG. The Sharks and the Eels have been going really well, but a bit of inconsistency starting to creep in.
Yeah, look, it is. When you see a game like they did last week, Parramatta against Penrith, you go, okay, well, they've got the Roosters who are, aren't travelling that well this season, but Parramatta played Roosters into a bit of form. Now Roosters are sitting 4th and Parramatta are sitting 6th. Same with the Sharkies. They obviously had a couple of key players out yesterday, Kennedy and Ramian, but they didn't look real good at all, the Sharkies. The Sharkies were, I think, down at one stage 20-0 at half-time. They fought back a bit, but again, they played the Raiders into a bit of form as well. So, look, worrying signs a little bit, but they've got to get that consistency. If they want to be classed as the top two teams like Penrith and Melbourne are, well, maybe that's even changed after the last Saturday nights, because Penrith had their biggest ever win over Melbourne, 32 points to 6. Kickout ran wild, Luai ran wild, Cleary ran wild, the whole team ran wild. While again, Melbourne Storm, very much like the Sharkies, they had a few players out, but you wanted a bit. Look, Bellamy's the best coach I think's ever coached, but putting young Wishart at fullback was an error, and I think they paid for it. Nick Meaney was there. Nick Meaney is a fullback from the Dogs days, and he was there. They should have used Nick Meaney at fullback, but that was an error of judgment. Now, whoever's playing Melbourne next weekend, I wouldn't want to be them because they're going to be livid.
And just quickly, MG, Adam Reynolds on fire. Is he the buy of the season easily?
At the moment he is.
Yeah.
It shows you the value of a really good halfback at a club, because all they've been waiting for, that team of young players at the Broncos, is someone to guide them around the field. And that's all he's been doing. He's unbelievable. Never has the halfback been more valued in the game when there's the Reynolds, the Clearys, Walker, Townsend, Moses, even young Schneider at Canberra is playing well. So, yeah, Panthers and the Storm are the two top teams, but got teams like the Cowboys and the Broncos sneaking up. I'm going to make a pretty bold statement for my golden points today, so make sure you tune in for that.
This music means it's 8 o'clock and it's time for MG's Power Rankings, a daily top 5 list that can be about anything, and it's all about performances in Magic Round, MG.
Yeah, I think 5 players stood out. Well, there's a lot of fantastic performances over Magic Round. It was just an extravaganza, and I think they should probably try and think about doing it twice a year, because it was that good. I think it's fantastic. Maybe go to the highest bidder, Brisbane and somewhere else, because I think it's something that's here to stay, and let's have it twice a year. But yeah, the 5 best players of Magic Round, here they come.
5.
Joseph Suwali. This kid, he improves every time he plays, and at 18, the world is his oyster.
Comes down to Keary, centre field high kick. Here comes Suwali. Here comes Suwali. Here comes Joseph Suwali. It just gets better and better, and now it's the Roosters.
I mean, to be fair, some very weak Parramatta defence, though, Jess. So, it's...
Did you play that purely to sledge me?
Yeah,
Is that
okay,
the
that was
whole
number 5.
reason? Yeah.
4.
Jerome Luai in the Panthers 32-6 thumping of the Storm. Jerome has been quiet by his lofty standards of late, but that all turned around against Melbourne Storm, where he was outstanding.
Morris out, goes to the left, links with Cleary to kick out. That is special stuff from the Penrith Panthers.
3.
Gorgeous.
This guy is fast becoming a cult hero. His name is Ruben Cotter, everyone's new favourite player. 5'9", 90 kilograms, gives 100% effort every time he plays. Wow, what a player!
Cotter's up over the halfway line. He's got Dean lurking. He's still going. What a try by Ruben Cotter!
2.
What's your mic levels there, boys? You were distorting.
No,
a bit,
no, you are.
Front rows aren't supposed to score 50-metre tries, Ruben. So number 2, this guy, well, boy, did he make a difference to the Titans team last Saturday night with his presence. I speak of Jaden Campbell.
Unsteadies for a bomb. Enter Jaden Campbell again. He's with it. Jaden Campbell with the ball. Across field, beaten 2. Beaten a 3rd. He's over the 30. What a step. Jaden. He's beaten 5.
1.
Well, back-to-back Player of the Round awards for the Bronco maestro, Adam Reynolds. His chip and chase for a try was a highlight of an emphatic 38 points to nil drubbing of Manly.
Here's a little kick over the top. It's a beauty. Reynolds regathered. Adam Reynolds magic. Beautiful old school chip over the top. Adam Reynolds magic on magic ground. He's been absolutely outstanding.
Back-to-back,
That's
number 1
unreal.
in the power rankings, Adam Reynolds, by the year so far. That is the power rankings. Today, right here, it's MG's Golden Points as we go through the moments that mattered from the round. It was Magic Round. MG, first up, the most impressive team of Magic Round.
I can't separate the Panthers and the Broncos. Panthers 32-6 over Storm, Broncos 38-0 over Manly. Both very, very impressive.
Most disappointing team of the round.
Look, you could say the Bulldogs, the Sharks were disappointing, but Manly.
Yeah.
I think Manly getting beaten 38-0. Not even offering a whimper. They were very disappointing, Manly.
Most surprising team of the round.
Broncos. And
Yep.
look, if Adam Reynolds stays healthy, they've got the potential to shock the rugby league world. The Broncos, they could go all the way. If he stays healthy, he's awoken the giant in all these young kids that play for Brisbane. They're just saying the Messiah's here. We've been waiting for you to come and steer us around and get your kicking game going. And the confidence that they're showing because of Adam Reynolds being present is phenomenal. Phenomenal. They're so good to watch, the Broncos.
What was the biggest issue from the round for you, Panther?
Well, Suncorp crowd, for one. There was a couple of all-in brawls and some idiot got ejected because he slandered Jackson Hastings. So we've got to fix that up. I mean, most of the crowd were great, but you get a couple of dickheads and they ruin it for everyone. But I suppose this was the biggest issue of the round.
Now, Reedy, I'm told I'm going to throw to you straight away. You've got some big news.
Yeah, Dan, a bit of breaking news. Look, there's going to be meetings at Canterbury early this week over the future of Trent Barrett. I suspect he's coached his last game, Trent Barrett, at Canterbury.
My goodness.
Would you agree with that call, MG, with the Canterbury board meeting today? Would you say?
I think
writings on the wall?
I think Trent's gone. I think Trent's gone. Yeah.
Do you think Trent knows he's gone as well?
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so. Yeah.
We'll watch this space. Will Gus Gould step up or will there be someone else? We'll see. Finally, player of the round for you, MG.
Well, 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Adam Reynolds just keeps on keeping on. He's just I don't think he himself thinks he can play this good. He's playing out of his skin. Fantastic. He's a smoker to win the Dally M. He's just going up the board. Everything's going good for Brisbane. So it's all because of him.
I love your love and support for Adam Reynolds, and it's obvious why, because he's blitzing it. But I just love you. You're just like, oh, big mistake. Why would you let him go?
Sorry,
you idiot.
Souths.
Yeah. Do you know what's the
Pagey.
equivalent of? It's like being dumped, right? And as a woman, being dumped, and then you're like, oh, hell no. So like you lose a bit of weight, you get everything waxed, some new eyelashes, and then you walk past your ex and be like, big mistake, you know.
Yeah, you wanted some of this? Nuh-uh.
Big mistake. We've got some listener questions, MG. Bondi53 says, should the NRL take a magic round to different locations every second year?
I love it. Look, I think Brisbane is the destination where it should stay. I think they should think about definitely having a second magic round a season. Perth, Adelaide, Auckland, Sydney, Newcastle. Like, just share it around. Share that second one around. I think Brisbane have earned the right to have one there every year because you save up, you go out there. But I think I think there's two I think there's a room for 2 Magic rounds per season.
Wouldn't it be gorgeous in one of the bigger regional towns?
Yeah.
Like the
yeah.
boost and the excitement, and even for the kids to have exposure to that where they'd normally have to travel.
Darwin.
Gorgeous.
Could do sweaty
Darwin.
round in Darwin.
Yes.
I wouldn't be sweaty.
Now, a guy called Mark from Penrith says, if you could have an aftershave named after you, what would it be called and what smell?
MG, it's your segment. You don't need to write in fake
this your
emails,
own?
Mark in Penrith. You can talk about
Yeah, I
whatever
know.
you want, buddy.
Did you think you were
Well-
going to fool us because we normally call you MG? So you're like, I got, you know
Well,
what?
Marky.
I know what I'll do.
Marky. I'd have to call it Wild Panther, of course.
What about Sex Panther from Anchorman?
Isn't it a patent on that?
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter. We'll call it like, just
It's called
like
the wild and
the romper
it
stomper.
would smell like the ocean and with a bit of a forest smell through it as well.
Bit of a pepperoni pizza.
Stop it.
Nice. Okay.
Anyone got a flea I can crack? Thanks to Blue Bet. That's MG's Golden Points.